And welcome back to more Sonic Generations. Last time, we found 2 more Chaos Emeralds, so this time, we need to complete 1 more challenge for the final key. We've done a lot of challenges as modern Sonic lately, so let's switch over. Doppelganger Race. Face off against Sonic's double and beat him in a race to the goal. Since this is probably the toughest classic Sonic stage, I kind of want to take care of this doppelganger race while the stage is somewhat fresh in my memory. Good start. We have 6 minutes for the S rank, and last time, on our first playthrough in Act 1, we actually finished in a little over 6 minutes, so we should at least be able to get to the goal before the doppelganger does, but we'll have to see how this goes. So far, I am not playing well at all. So as we replay Act 1 of Planet Wisp, I wanted to talk about a little bit of trivia. The announcer for the Wisp voiceovers is actually the same voice actor as Sonic, Roger Craig Smith. He is actually the longest running voice of Sonic, since he's been voicing Sonic since Sonic Freeriders in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. His most recent role, and presumably one of his last roles actually, as Sonic will be Sonic in Puyo Puyo Tetris as a guest character. That game released at the end of 2020, and Sonic was added in, I think, in early 2021. He also announced that he will be stepping down as Sonic, and at the time of recording this, I don't think they've actually announced who the next voice actor for Sonic will be. In general, I think Roger Craig Smith is a very good voice actor who sadly never got very good material to work with as Sonic. Outside of like Sonic Boom, I'd say. In general, I feel like this game isn't a good showcase of his voice acting, because frankly, Sonic barely speaks in this game. You might have noticed that a lot of the cutscenes of rescuing all the characters have Sonic not speak, and the reason for that is because the game doesn't know which order you're playing the acts in, so Sonic doesn't say anything since classic Sonic doesn't speak at all. So they basically didn't have dialogue for modern Sonic in case you are rescuing the character with like classic Sonic. So because they don't know, they didn't record alternate scenes or anything like that, which is kind of a shame. So yeah, Sonic just doesn't talk very much, which is kind of a bummer given how sharp the writing was in Sonic Colors. I know it's a little bit polarizing, but for the most part, I do like the writing in Sonic Colors, and find it kind of a shame that this game doesn't really utilize this voice cast very much. And again, they have some fairly notable people. Roger Craig Smith, as an example, I think a couple of years before this, voiced Chris Redfield, Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 5 and 6, and also Ezio from Assassin's Creed. I think this game actually was before Resident Evil 6, but 5 would have been out by this point, and Assassin's Creed 2 was out in 2009. So yeah, he was already a fairly notable voice actor already. And yeah, which also makes it kind of a shame that they never really gave him much to work with. I think his best performance as Sonic might be Sonic Boom, partly just because it was designed with a lot of character writing in mind. I have never seen Sonic Boom, but I've seen a lot of clips of it, and it does seem really charming, for the most part. There is going to be another Sonic animated series, I think in 2022, so I assume the voice actor for the games will also be in that series whenever that starts. And yeah, I'm curious to see who it is. In general, Roger Craig Smith was not a very popular voice for Sonic, but I think he did a good job with what he was given. Similar to like the previous actor for Sonic, Jason Griffith, it kind of took him a while to actually sort of settle into the role. And playing through Generations, it kind of shows how rocky some of the early voice performances were. Specifically, I think Amy's voice actress, Cindy Robinson, gets a lot better in later games. compared to in this game. So yeah, in general, a lot of voice cast is very good, just a little bit underutilized. And yeah, I hope the next cast is good as well. Alright, so like before, we have to hit those switches to redirect the platforms. And we do have a lead, and we're actually pretty close to the end of the stage, so this'll probably... Oh, that's interesting. So if I'm not mistaken, if you actually die in the doppelganger stage, you'll restart at the last checkpoint, but also the doppelganger, like if it's behind you, it'll catch up a little bit. Also, when losing a life in Generations, your timer also doesn't reset, which is definitely not great in a time challenge like this. So yeah, overall the penalty for dying isn't too bad, but it's still kind of annoying in some challenges. But we're at the end. That was way better than my previous attempt, outside of clipping through the ground. Alright, so we have another bell. That one was moving very quickly, so I think I'm going to wait up here for a bit, and hope it returns soon. This is really one of the better strategies for collecting these music notes, is simply wait. They all have a timer of 20 seconds. You got artwork 86. So yeah, it's fairly easy to collect them that way. And now we have to find the key itself. It should be down here somewhere. There it is. You've collected all boss gate keys. Use them to unlock the boss gate. So that's right over here, and let's unlock the gate and see who the boss is. Boss gate is now open. Head on through to face off against the boss. This is Egg Dragoon from Sonic Unleashed, and is a very different fight than in the original, because the original fight is handled by Sonic's Werehog form. So yeah, this is very different. It's a cool fight, it's just very unrelated to the original game, I'd say. But it's still fun enough. Let's boost you there. So there are two weak points on the Egg Dragoon, one on the lower torso and one on the upper part of it, so we have to basically aim for both if I'm not mistaken. Oh good, I missed those rings, luckily there were more. This is obviously a very difficult fight because we're actually close to the end of the game already. Alright, so here we have to quickly wall jump, dodging the projectiles along the way, like so. Alright, so this is, yeah, very different. The original boss fight was kind of arena-based, with the Werehog. This is more of a chase-type level, similar to other bosses in Unleashed, ironically, so it's kind of a weird choice. Still less weird than the 3DS version's final boss, being, I think it's Egg Emperor from Sonic Heroes, which is weird because there isn't a Heroes level in the 3DS version. So yeah, there were some weird choices for levels and bosses in this game. Like, these are so fun, but yeah, they definitely would not have been my first choices, if that makes sense. Then again, I can't really think of a great boss I would have liked to have seen in, like, from, like, 06. So we've done as much damage to the head of the Egg Dragoon as we can, so now we have to attack the midsection, if I'm not mistaken, based on Omochao's hint. If we can catch up to it, that is. So now what's it trying to do? So we can't homing attack it there. So I guess we just need to keep up with it for now. I don't really remember this boss fight very well. It's not one I tend to go back to. I actually like the other two bosses a lot more. Like I said, I really like the Perfect Chaos fight, but this one is kind of one I'm neutral towards. We got one hit there. And now we have a free-falling section, which makes sense. This actually fairly close to the original, minus landing on platforms to fight enemies on. Alright, so there are also rings to collect, so that's good. So we're not going to die anytime soon. Alright, we're back through that portal, so we're back in 2D. I do prefer the 3D controls. Oh, thank you, that was good timing. The 2D gameplay feels a little bit, stiff, especially when trying to dodge obstacles. We had the same issue with, like, the Metal Sonic fight. Trying to keep up with him while also dodging projectiles. I think we need to attack it once more. I think it's 4 hits to the head of the Dragoon and 4 to the midsection, so one more should do it, if we can catch up to it, that is. Lock-on cursor keeps disappearing. Not the best run I've ever had of that boss fight, but we still got an S rank.
Sonic!
I can't believe this! I was supposed to beat you this time!
I'm sorry. I didn't get that memo. I beat you every time. No, seriously. We beat this guy every time. It's like it's our job or something.
What's Eggman even doing here? I thought you said he'd been kidnapped by that big weird thing that sent us all to this place. See? He was kidnapped. This is getting stranger all the time.
You can now access and explore the next area. You got a Chaos Emerald. I like how it's playing Eggman from Sonic Adventure 2, even though the boss is from Sonic Unleashed. I don't know why they don't use an Unleashed song for this. In any case, that is the final regular boss, and the final Chaos Emerald. So, believe it or not, we're actually close to the end of the game, not counting all of the many challenges, and of course, if you want to complete the game, all the red rings and S ranks. So yeah, overall, I do think some of the stage choices were a little bit iffy, but for the most part, everything is fun enough that it's still very much a good game. I will also say that I do feel like the game kind of loses steam a little bit towards the end, with Planet Wisp being kind of just okay, and the Egg Dragoon being kind of a weird fight, because it's not that close to the original, but still, it's fun. So from here, let's explore here. These gears are broken. If you insert a Chaos Emerald into each gear, its power may be able to repair it. Collect all Chaos Emeralds to repair the gears. So if you have not done all of the rival battles or boss fights, you won't be able to proceed through this area to the end game. So up here we have our first gear. To actually fix this, we basically need to get close to the center in order to place the Chaos Emerald. So that fixes that. I don't know how this is rotating, considering the other gear is not working, but oh well. Works for me. So now we have to ride this platform up in order to place the next Chaos Emerald, and so on. So yeah, overall, as far as Sonic Hub worlds go, this is fairly easy to navigate. I do like the musical touches of having each level theme playing as we approach each area. Alright, this is the third gear. I do like also how there's no music here, which is very ominous, as this is kind of like we're past all the nostalgia parts of the game, and now we're moving on to something more original. So there's no foreshadowing, and it's very ominous as we're about to reach the end. So what's that? The third gear, so this is number 4. So, oh, that's the 4th Chaos Emerald. Good thing Shadow's not here. Alright, so up here, we need to ride this all the way around. This is very time-consuming. I would recommend doing this as Modern Sonic, even though I think it's actually possible with Classic Sonic. Let's try. This is probably a mistake, because we don't have a homing attack for an air dash, and kind of weird physics in general, so let's try to actually place one of these as Classic Sonic. Wow, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Here, we actually have a very ominous portal, but we still need to place the remaining Chaos Emeralds first. Alright, so one goes up there. By the way, another thing I haven't really commented on is actually the idle animations, which I actually think are really cool, and how they kind of recreate the old idle animations of Sonic, like laying on the ground impatiently, or like tapping his foot. There are so many cool details in this game that really make it a fitting anniversary game. But yeah, I do think there are some other weak points though. And we haven't even seen what's considered the worst part of the game, which is very unfortunate if you actually think about, like, oh, what's left? It's like, oh, foreshadowing for what we're about to do next time. So, we have one more Chaos Emerald to place. Let's see if we can actually make this with Classic. So, we have all of our Chaos Emeralds back now that we fixed this mechanism. There's no easy way to get back up here. You do have to ride some of the gears, but we don't have to ride all of them, only this first set, basically. So if you do need to go elsewhere, it isn't too bad to get back here. But with that taken care of, there's only one more thing left to do, and that's behind this very ominous portal. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Generations.